Hi guys, it's Carolyn. In this video, I am going to give you 9 things that annoy me about cake decorating. And I don't know if it's just because I'm in perimenopause and everything annoys me, or I've been doing this job for over 20 years, but there are little things that just get to me. And this is a list of things that probably shouldn't bother me, but it does. And I need to make a little disclaimer. I love my job. I've been doing this over 20 years. I am so grateful that I can do something that I love every day and that I can be creative. However, just like any job, there's going to be things that get on your nerves. So again, like I said, I have a list of 9 things that get on my nerves with cake decorating, and we will start with number 1. And that is marble cake. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why marble cake annoys me so much. It's because you have to make the vanilla, you have to make the chocolate, and then you have to pour it in the pan and go alternate and swirl it together. And it's a process. It's not a long process, but it just annoys me. And a lot of people love marble cake, so I never take it off of my menu. But does anybody else out there feel this way about marble cake? Like, just pick a flavor. But I totally understand that people love it, so I just keep offering it. The second thing that annoys me about cake decorating, and probably shouldn't, is certain numbers and letters, especially if they are toppers on a cake. And just bear with me while I explain this. I don't like number 6, number 8, and number 9 to be a number cake topper. I just feel like it looks weird. I don't know. Here's a TikTok cake that I made, and I do have a video showing you how I make this. That will be linked below. And the 9 doesn't look horrible. I just don't like how it curves on the bottom. That sounds so stupid. But then there's this other cake that I made, and I also have a video showing you how I make this. That will be linked below. But I don't like the 8 on top. The 8 bothers me. My favorite numbers to make on top of a cake are 1, a 4, and a 7, because they have straight lines and there aren't like weird curves to them, and it's just easier for me, and I like the way that it looks, and it makes no sense, but I wonder if anybody else agrees with me. And also, not just numbers, but certain letters. So I like letters that have straight lines. It's so much easier to cut, like this M topper on this cake. But when it's a curvy, like this E that I made, this probably took me like 40 minutes to do because of all the little holes on the inside and the curves and everything. And there's not really a lot of places that you can stick a skewer and not see it. So that one's a little tricky. So curvy letters and numbers as a cake topper get on my nerves. Cake decorating annoyance number 3, and that is really long names. And my name is 7 letters, and my name is a little too long. I like anything between like 3 and 6 letters. I feel like fits best on a cake. I think that 2 letters, Ed, the name Ed, I feel like that looks weird. There's not enough letters. But as you can see in this cake, the name kind of wraps around the side of the cake and it's not all facing forward, and for some reason that bothers me. And I do have a video showing you how to make this, and that will be linked below. And also on this cake, which I also have a video, all the videos that I have will be linked in the description. But do you see how big I had to make this name plaque just to fit the whole name on there? Like, I don't know. I feel like it would look better if it was a 4-letter name. And not to mention that long names have more letters and it takes a lot longer to do. But anyway, with a longer name, I feel like it looks better if you shrink it down and not make the name the focal point of the cake like I did on this cake, which I also have a video that will be linked below. And even more challenging is when you're doing cakes for twins, getting 2 names on there. And like I said before, you usually have to shrink the names down. And I think that on these examples, it looks okay, but the lettering has to be small to make it all fit into the design. And don't even get me started if people want 2 different names and 2 different ages on the cake. Like, that's too much. It's name and age overload, and I just can't handle that. So usually in a case like that, I would just say, let's stick with the names and not put the ages on the cake, because it can look a little weird. Or you can have little happy birthday banners at the bottom or something, but I don't know. It's just, can we just get 2 separate cakes for the kids? I don't know. On to the next one. The 4th thing that can annoy me a little bit with cake decorating is when I get a last minute order after I'm finished baking and everything is packed away. Like, I don't want to get all that stuff out again. I have a process. I usually bake and freeze my layers. I'm pointing there because there's my freezer. But I do that on the Friday, the week before the cake is going to be picked up. So if you give me a last minute order on like a Saturday or Sunday, it's even a week before pickup, but it's still last minute to me. I don't feel like getting my baking stuff out again and starting all over. Do I do it? Yes. Sometimes if I'm a little slower, then I'll do it. But if I'm really busy, I ain't get my stuff out again. On to number 5. And this kind of goes with last minute orders, is these early week pickups. They drive me insane because, like I said, I have a process. I'll bake on, freeze my layers on Friday, and I'm starting the decoration process earlier in the week. So I don't want to have to rush to get a cake ready for a Monday or a Tuesday pickup because it just ruins my schedule. I can't go to the gym, and I don't know. It's just one of those crazy things that annoys me. I wonder if other bakers out there, do you guys hate taking on orders for like a Monday or Tuesday pickup? Let me know in the comments. The 6th thing that I get annoyed about as a cake decorator that probably shouldn't annoy me is all of the work that you have to do after you're finished decorating. Like, I'm working all week decorating the cake, but when I'm done, I have to clean up, I have to clean my kitchen, I have to take pictures of the cakes, I have to Photoshop the pictures, put my watermark on there, text it to the customer, pack it up, box it up, wrap it up, put it in the fridge, schedule the pickups and the deliveries, and they're literally that once you're done decorating, your job isn't over. It is continuous. Like, I don't really get days off as a business owner, and that can kind of get to me a little bit, but there's always something to do because when you're done with the pickups, then you have to shop and start for next week. And again, I am grateful. And I know I sound like I'm complaining, which albeit I am, but it's just a constant grind, and you never feel like that you're actually finished working. On to number 7. And that is these AI cake pictures. And I don't understand how people can't look at a picture and see that it's AI. These AI cakes always, first of all, they're always perfect. They have a light, like a brighter tone to them, and they have a soft hue. I can pick out an AI cake immediately, and people are constantly posting in groups that I see, how do you think they made this? How do you think they did this? It's computer generated. Yes. Can you replicate some of these AI images? I'm sure you can. However, it's not going to be as clean as the picture that you're given. So anytime I'm given an AI cake, I just explain to them that this is computer generated, and I will try to get it as close as possible, but you need to know this is real world here, and I can't get everything perfect and smooth and straight and, the right proportions, just like the picture. So I try to manage people's expectations with that. On to annoyance number 8. And that is, I've said this in videos before, can we not put huge long messages on beautiful tiered custom cakes? Like, why does the cake have to bear the message of the party? And I understand this is an old school way of thinking. Sheet cakes, that makes sense. It's really long and it's flat and it's wide and you can write whatever you want on there and whatnot. But if we're going to Lisa's party, don't we know that it's Lisa? Happy birthday, Lisa. We're all here. Does the cake have to say that? I try to get people out of that thought process. I will do whatever they want, but usually if I have to put a big message on a cake, I'm not going to post that cake because I don't like it. On to number 9, the final thing that kind of annoys me, or really does annoy me, about cake decorating. And that is hating on other bakers. And it is really prevalent, especially online right now on social media. People just want to tear everyone apart, and I don't understand that. People are trying, like beginners will post a picture in a group and just say, please be kind, please be nice, I'm just starting. And people tear them apart. Or other bakers who don't follow the rules. I always use that reference from Eddie Murphy. I don't know if it was Raw or Delirious, but ruse. Lillian cannot go outside. But anyway, there's these unwritten rules of cake decorating, like you can't use a box cake mix, you can't doctor your cakes, you can't use shortening, you have to use butter, you can't make American buttercream, you have to make Swiss buttercream, you can't do this, can't do that, and it's so annoying. And people, like, I just think everyone wants to judge other people if they don't live their life and do exactly what they do. But that's the beauty about cake decorating. For me, there are no rules, and you can do whatever you want. My decorated cakes are made with doctored cake mix recipes, and I love my cakes. My customers love my cakes. I am open and honest about it, and I don't see a problem with it. Also, I love me some Wilton Clear Vanilla. I have been singing the praises of this. I love it. I would sprinkle it all over me and wear it as a perfume if I can. I love it so much. You wouldn't believe, I'll put some screenshots up here. All of the hate that I get because I love Wilton Clear Vanilla. And how am I a real baker because I use this? It makes no sense to me. I just don't understand it, because I would personally never reach out to someone or take the time to comment on someone's picture about how they are doing it wrong and they need to do what I do because what I do is right. I just think, especially in these times, can we just build each other up and hype each other up and just encourage each other to keep going and find what works for you and stick with that. That's what I always say. I find what worked for me. I'm really good at icing smooth buttercream cakes. I'm really good at making two-dimensional fondant decorations. I don't like making flowers. I don't like making 3D decorations. It's just not what I like, and that's not what I focus on. So try to find a couple things that you're really good at and make that your thing, and you will see your business thrive. But don't worry about the haters. And if you guys are sick and tired of being online and getting all this hate and posting your pictures in groups and nobody supporting you, I have formed a Cake Academy, and I'm going to put all that information in the description. But the top 2 tiers of my Cake Academy have access to my exclusive Facebook group, and this is a group full of wonderful, happy, encouraging, talented cake decorators, and there's no hate, there's no shame. All we do is try to help each other and lift each other up. So again, check the description for the information to join my Cake Academy. So what I miss on this list? If there are other things that annoy you about cake decorating, I would love to know. List it in the comments. And just a reminder, I have ebooks with all of my favorite recipes. I have my signature scratch pound cake recipes, my best Dr. Cake Mix recipes, my buttercream icing and filling recipes, along with my favorite numbers and my favorite fonts. So they will all be linked below. Please like this video if you liked it, and if you're enjoying my tutorials, I would be so grateful if you could buy me a coffee. My link is down below. And I would love it if you would keep in touch on socials, and you can check out my website. And if you want to stick around, you can watch this video next and hit subscribe and the bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. And remember, it's cake. Although sometimes it can be annoying, have fun. I will see you on the next one. Bye.